if we restrict the term mind control to those cases where an individual successfully controls another person's ideas or actions without their permission, our initial list of examples of what people consider to be mind control will be pared down to just 5 products. The strategies of religious, spiritual, and other New Age recruiters, the strategies of husbands who control their partners, the Stockholm Syndrome, the so-called brainwashing tactics of the Chinese inquisitors of American detainees during the Korean War, and the alleged creation of zombies in voodoo. The last, though, can be dismissed as being based on either scams or on the application of drugs to render people powerless. An individual who is intimidated by her or his spouse or lover isn't a victim of mind control, but of fear and violence. Still, there seems to be lots of cases where a battered person truly loves her or his mate and genuinely really believes the batterer reciprocates that love. The victim stays, beating after beating, not because the victim fears what the abuser will do if he or she leaves, but because the victim truly doesn't want to leave. Maybe. But perhaps the victim doesn't leave because she or he is totally dependent on the lover-abuser. The mistreated person does not stay simply because she or he has nowhere to go. They need the abuser and stay because they are totally dependent on the abuser. If a man can minimize a woman to a state of overall dependence, he can control and manipulate her. However, is it true to say that he has controlled her mind? To what level, if any, can a batterer take away the free will of his victim? He can minimize her choices so that staying with him is the only alternative she knows. What is the possibility of this happening? It appears more likely that she will reduce her own choices by justifying his conduct and convincing herself that things will get a lot better, or that they actually aren't that bad. If a guy isn't using strength or the fear of violence to keep a lady around, then if she stays, it may be because of choices she has made in the past. Each time she was abused, she chose to stay. He may have used sweet and seductive words and persuaded her not to leave, but after a little bit of time in the relationship, she was free to decline him. Otherwise, the relationship is based upon fear and violence, and then mind control doesn't happen. A woman who appears to be under the spell of a batterer isn't a victim of mind control. She is a victim of her own bad choices. This isn't to say that we should not have compassion with her plight, or extend aid to her if she asks us for help. She is where she is through bad luck and a series of bad choices, not just because mind control, assuming, of course, that the woman is not mentally ill. In that case, it is nature, not her man, that has reduced her capacity for free choice. The abuser makes the most of the circumstances, but he does not create it.